Oh, hi all. Thank you for joining me again on my channel. I've just realised that it's a couple of weeks since I last posted a video, so I thought I'd better get on there and tell you how I'm getting on with this little project of mine. It's going good. I've in the last week or so I've lost half a stone. That's £7 or 3.5 kilos if you're in metric, or thereabouts. Had a bit of a mishap during the week, but where I'd managed to burn my little finger, but that was down to just a bit of a stupid mistake really. So my go-to stove, so just point out here that this is not product placement. These are all stuff that I bought myself. Nobody's sent me these, but my go-to kind of thing for cooking when I go out camping is jet boil flash. But given that it's pretty heavy, it's a pretty heavy piece of kit, I decided that I wanted to go with something a little bit less heavy. Maybe I could go with something a little bit lighter. I didn't really want to go down the lines of the jet boil stash, because here in the UK it's about £149 or something like $180. I don't know what the exchange rate is, but probably about nearing $200, which is you're kind of paying, because it's an American product, you're paying for the shipping of it over to the UK, and there's various bits and pieces. So anyway, so here in the UK we've got a thing called the OEX, which is a brand that's put about by the Go Outdoors, and I came across the OEX Hero stove, which is this one, which comes in its little kind of mesh bag. So yeah, this is the OEX Hero, which cost me £55. Got a capacity of about 600 millilitres, but there's something that I probably didn't really realise, was that between the jet boil and the OEX Hero is if you actually squeeze the neoprene on the outside of here, it's about 3mm neoprene. So effectively you've got the neoprene which is surrounding the metal cup, and what I found was that with 3mm neoprene, you can, even when the pot is on the boil, you can grab hold of the pot and pick it up and maybe drink from it. And I did a similar thing with the OEX Hero, rather stupidly. And I don't know if you can see on here, but you have the handle, a metal handle, which is just riveted to the side of the metal pot. And for some obscure reason, I don't know, but the first time using it, the pot came to the boil. I thought, okay, I'm going to pick it up on the neoprene, and my little finger went straight onto this metal work here, and then I heard this sizzling sound, and found that I'd actually managed to cook my sizzle the whole pad of my little finger, and a little bit of my other hand as well. And I said, oh bless my soul, that hurt a little bit. But yeah, so I did make another drink, and then following that, and then remembered to actually fold out the handle. The other thing about the OEX Hero pots is that the neoprene on here isn't quite as thick as the what you would get on the jet boil. So you're looking at probably about 1 millimetre, 2 millimeters of neoprene. So even if you were holding the side of the pot, you could still feel the heat of the pot when it's boiling through the neoprene, whereas with the jet boil you can't. So obviously you pay for what you get, kind of thing. But anyway, despite the mishap with the pot, it boils as good as a jet boil does, and it's only about half of the weight of the jet boil. So this will be what's coming with me on my camping trip when I do the West Highland Way next year. So anyway, I've gone on about that a bit. Maybe I'll do a review of this at some other point in time. But oh yeah, so so there's this thing. This is a little attachment that you have for the jet boil, and it's a coffee strainer. So it effectively makes your jet boil into a cafetiere. And I thought, I wonder if the I mean, it would be fantastic, wouldn't it, if this was just coincidentally the same diameter as the Hero pot, and it is, strangely enough. So the jet boil coffee strainer goes straight into there. So yeah, it is the same diameter. So you can turn your Hero stove into a cafetiere. Admittedly a single person cafetiere, but anyway, nonetheless you can get decent coffee when you're out on the trail. And this stuff weighs nothing anyway, so anyway. So yeah, so what I've been doing this in the last couple of weeks is, well, more than the last couple of weeks, I'd packed in with Weight Watchers and Slimming World. I'd lost a couple of stone with them, but then hadn't gone any further than that. I joined a gym. The gym came with nutritionists, and they gave me some very helpful advice. I managed to lose another stone of body weight, and then plateaued again, and I wasn't losing any weight. And consequently then I went off to and paid for some dietitians, and some dietitians then came up with a plan of the sort of things that I should be eating and to have a healthy weight loss. The way that the gym had kind of described it to me was that you shouldn't think of food as pleasurable. You should think of food as something that is nutritious for your body. So it isn't for the sort of thing that I find pleasurable myself, would be pizza or sweets, and these aren't healthy weight loss things. So yeah, so not great. So consequently I went to this dietitian and they gave me some ideas about the sort of things that I should be eating. And I know I've read some of the comments on my last video. A lot of people were saying, oh no, yes, you need to do the keto diet. And yes, you will lose quite a bit of weight with the keto diet. However, you're denying your body a lot of the nutrients that it needs to survive and thrive. So consequently I need a diet, I think, which gives me the kind of thing where I can get all the nutrients that I need, all the vitamins that I need, all the amino acids that I need, and still lose weight. So we'll go on to the computer now, and I'll show you what I've been doing. Okay, so one of the things that I'd learnt from when I was at the gym was a way of finding out how many calories you need per day and how many calories you need to lose weight. So if you have a look here, there's this thing here called TDEE calculator, to the total daily energy expenditure. It doesn't cost anything to use, and you can just click on there and it'll open it up. And from there, all you need is to chuck in your age. And you can, from these tabs here, you can either say imperial or metric. I found it really hard. I don't know, some people find it really easy to know what their weight are in pounds, but personally I know what my weight is in kilos, and yet I talk about losing stones and pounds in weight. It's one of these problems when you're born either side of the metric changeover. Anyway, so you just chuck in your details. And what's advised on the thing is to, if you're wanting to lose weight, no matter how active you are outside, you always put in sedentary as your office job. And if you've got some super duper scales that measure your body fat percentage, you can chuck that figure in there, but you don't necessarily need that. So it calculates here that your maintenance calories, if you want to keep going on the weight that you already are, then that's 2,574 calories per day at that particular level. But then you can go into here, which is cutting calories. And so if you want to lose weight, you go at 500 calories per day. So that's 2,074 calories per day, as it says there, which is a 500 calorie per day deficit. And that's reckoned to be a lower... That is reckoned to be a good way of losing weight at something like £2 a week or something like that. And also they should go... These figures come in that say that you should be having 156 grams of protein, 81 grams of fat, and 181 grams of carbs. There's various arguments around at the moment about the amount of protein that you should be eating. And there is some... most of the gyms that you go to, they are, oh yes, you should be eating about 1 gram of protein per kilo of body weight, or 1.1 grams, I think it is, or something like that. But I think the latest scientific evidence actually shows that it's something like 0.75 grams per kilo of body weight. But most of the dietitians are basically saying that you should be eating about 100 grams of protein per day to maintain normal bodily functions, kind of thing. Because your body doesn't actually have a capacity to store protein anywhere. So you kind of eat it, and if you use it, you use it, and if you don't use it, then it comes out the back end, kind of thing. So what I did was I created a spreadsheet where I entered the amount of calories and kind of like totted it all up. And this is kind of like my normal kind of thing for breakfast, where I'd have a slice of bread, have some berries, have an orange. The orange covers my vitamin C for the whole day. And a bit of butter on the toast, and then the protein element that I have is this thing called skyr, which is actually a thing you can buy in the UK, but I guess you can probably buy it in the anywhere else as well. And it's an Icelandic yogurt that is kind of been filtered multiple times, so that you end up with a kind of a yogurt which has got something like 25 grams of protein per 100 grams. So it's really, really high protein. But the way of kind of like what I've done there with the spreadsheet, and what you can't see off to the side here, is to it gives me a way of measuring how much saturated fat I'm having, and also how much fibre intake I've got.